So, good morning, YouTubers. Actually, still morning. I wanted to make a video about what's going on in the elections. Yesterday, I wanted to do it, but I just couldn't get myself to do it because I'm trying to keep my channel as political free as possible. However, I know that a lot of people were affected by yesterday's outcome, myself included, and I wanted to talk about how we co-create what we want. So if we dive into the fear and dive into what we don't want, then we're just going to make more fear in what we don't want. And part of the thing is that we are the way showers, the light. We are supposed to hold the light. We are supposed to hold the love. And if we dive into the fear every time something happens that we don't particularly resonate with, then we're not holding the light. We're holding the fear. We're holding the darkness. So you have to look at it from a higher perspective. And from a higher perspective, what they told me and have consistently said, the angels have consistently said this, and Archangel Raphael came in yesterday and again told me the same thing, that democracy wins. Democracy wins. So no matter who was elected, democracy wins. So you need to understand that democracy wins, and if democracy wins, we win. So with that in mind, and trying to quell the fear back down and quell down the anxiety of what you think will happen, instead, keep that in mind. Democracy wins. Democracy wins. Democracy wins. Then you can go into a meditation where you connect to the angels, you connect to the archangels, you connect, well, guardian angels, archangels, your loved ones. When you connect into that other realm, you can see things from a higher perspective. And at that point, you'll know what's actually going to happen. You may not actually see what's going to happen. You may not actually be given a channeling on what's going to happen, but you'll have a knowing that will come in, and it will help you to transmute that fear. Because this is what is happening right now, is if Kamala had been elected, then the other half of the country would have been experiencing what we're experiencing now. So it's the same thing. We are transmuting huge volumes of fear and anxiety. And this is one way for us to be able to do this. Because remember, you signed a soul contract when you came here. And so you knew these things were going to happen. And you knew that that was going to be the time that you had to hold the light, and you had to hold the love and spread that light and spread that love. And the meditation that I gave you, where you put your roots into Mother Earth and you wrap them around a crystal, and then you come back up and you go back up through your feet and your legs and up through your earth chakra, and then all the way up all your chakras to your soul star chakra, and then the 3 Christ consciousness chakras. And then once you do that, once you've done the 3 Christ consciousness chakra, then you're at the door of heaven. And I did a meditation today. They wanted me to go in and look and actually observe each one of my chakras. Observe my earth star chakra. It's brown, and I don't generally look at them the way that the Hindu or drawings are, because I don't think I know them by heart. But you don't need to. All you need to know is it's brown. And so close your eyes, go up into your third eye, and envision your chakra. If you don't have the ability to envision it, but your empathetic center is extremely strong, then take your hands out and hold it. What does it feel like? Does it feel like it's whole? Does it feel like it has any cracks or any, dark spots on it? Does it feel like it needs a healing? because now is a good time to heal it. So you could go into that chakra and actually go into it. So you're in meditation, you go into that chakra and you delve in, just jump in and see what is it that's making this Earth Star chakra have this blemish or have this crack or whatever it is. And you will get knowings, you'll get intuitive feelings, you'll get visions, you may hear something, you may feel something. Whatever it is, however it comes to you, take note. Take note of what happens. Then go to your next one, then go to your root chakra and check that out and see what's going on with that. And go up to your sacral chakra and see what's going on with that. And because I'm so visual, I've just visualized all of them. And a really cool thing happened. So then I went up to my heart chakra, and you know how they say once you expand your heart, it's not only green, but it's also blue, pink, and gold, or pink and gold. I don't know. I added blue in there somewhere, maybe. Anyways, but today when I went in, it was really, really beautiful. I saw the green, I saw blue, I saw pink over here and gold over here, and I was like, really? They're separated? You know, so that was interesting. I found that very interesting to me. And so I delved into it a little bit, and I got some more information about my heart, about how I always wear my heart on my sleeve, and how people have hurt me and rejected me and made fun of me because of who I am. And I've had these gifts since I was a child, and when I was a child, I wasn't shy about them. I talked about them. And as I grew up, and got into school, I mean, kids would want to beat me up. I didn't understand why they wanted to beat me up. My brothers were always having to protect me. I had 5 brothers, thank God, all older and very willing to protect their little sister, which I am very grateful for. But it got me into trouble, and my mother was always very afraid, and she was always like, no, don't be telling people you can do this. People are going to hurt you, because she had the gifts too, and people hurt her. And my Nana had the gifts too, her mom, and people hurt her. So you have to remember that that's there, and your past lives are there. So you may have been burned at the stake or thrown in a well or been hanged or whatever because of your gifts, because these are the kinds of gifts that used to scare people. And they used to say, oh, they're from the devil. Well, the devil doesn't tell you they love you. The devil doesn't call you dear one. The devil doesn't give you information that's loving and kind and supportive. That's not from the devil. That's from God. That's from angels. That's from your loved ones. So you have to remember that. If you're hearing things that are telling you you're worthless and stuff like that, then that's probably your ego trying to take over and trying to take control and convince you that you really don't have these gifts. But you do, and the more you deny them, the more they're going to be in your face until you finally have to say, okay, I get it, you know, higher self, you're trying to show me what it is that I need to be doing. And it's a journey for everybody. I even had a journey of that myself, because I shut my gifts down after my brother Kenneth died. I shut my gifts down because I didn't want to see anymore, because I saw his death and I did not want to see anymore. Because when you see something like that and you can't stop it, you don't want to see it anymore. Plus, I would see fires and earthquakes and stuff like that, and I didn't want to see that either. But now that the world is changing and my gifts have expanded, and I've decided, you know what, I need to go back into my gifts, and I'm willing to see what's going to happen, no matter what it is, if it's for my highest good, and I can help those that I love. Excuse me, acid reflux. Then I will, you know, I am willing to see that. I am willing to see that if it can help me to the point where I can actually do something about it, or I can actually help them, then I would like to see it. And what they've been showing me too is the way showers are going to help people that are going to be in natural disasters. So I'm going to actually have to see natural disasters, if I want to do the mission that God has for me. So I have agreed that I will I will see those again. And I have agreed that it's better to know that somebody you love is going to die than it is to be slapped in the face with it, because it's really devastating. My father died out of the blue, and it took me forever to get over it. So I would much rather know about it than not know about it. Okay, so on to the next. So then my throat chakra is a complete mess. My throat chakra is a complete mess because I didn't speak my truth for so long, and the acid reflux is tearing my throat up. So, as you can hear. And yes, I have tried the apple cider vinegar, and it's not doing any good. So anyways, yes, so that's my throat chakra. So I could see my throat chakra. I could see it. It's a light blue, and I could see it. It's got dark spots on it. It's got some tears in it, and I'll have to go in and repair that. So I would go into my throat chakra. I would meditate on why my throat chakra looks like that. It would bring up circumstances in which I have not utilized my voice and held my voice back and not said things. And instead of going inside of myself and finding out what my truth was and then speaking my truth, because we need to speak our truth. We need to speak our truth. That is the bottom line. We need to speak our truth. Even in this time frame right now, we need to speak our truth. That doesn't mean that it can't be loving and kind. We can be loving and kind. We can show compassion for everyone that's going through this. Whether, we agree with them or we don't agree with them, we should still show compassion and love, because we are all one. And that is something that people are forgetting right now, because the powers that be keep trying to separate us and cause division. But the truth is that we are all one. We all come from God. God loves all of us equally. We all have gifts. Every single one of us. Even if you don't know what your gifts are, you have them, and you can bring them forward with your intention. It's all so easy. It's simplified. Things aren't as hard as we think they are, because, as the angels like to say, us humans like to make everything very difficult. But the truth is that the first thing is intention. I would like to be able to do this. I would like to be able to have my clairs come in. That is intention. Then do your meditations and go through your chakras like we're doing right now, and check them and make sure that they're in good working order. And if they're not, then go in and find out, what is it that I need to transmute? What is it that I need to actually allow myself to feel? Because some feelings are not pleasant, but that doesn't mean that you should shove them down. You need to bring them up, examine them, feel them, and then look at them from a higher perspective so you can see what your lesson is. There's a lesson in that feeling. There's a lesson that you needed to learn. So look at it from a higher perspective. What could I have possibly learned from this experience? And then once you have done that, then you can give love and healing to that chakra. So you imagine your hands heating up. You imagine that energy that you've pulled from Mother Earth and you've gotten from heaven. You bring those energies up and down and up and down and up and down until you can get yourself really heated up, and your palms of your hands will heat up. The palms of your feet will heat up too. Excuse me. But the palms of your hands are much more useful. We don't go putting our feet on someone's throat. And so you would imagine you're taking your throat chakra and you're just pulling it out so you can give it the love that you need, and you just give it the love that it needs. You give it the understanding and the love and compassion that you should have given it when this event happened. And you can feel the heat. Like right now, I can feel heat going from this hand into this hand. I can feel that heat. I can feel it. And I'm rubbing my chakra, and I'm giving it love, and I'm giving it compassion, and I'm giving it the healing power that it needs. And I'm bringing this healing power up from earth, down from heaven, and into my body. This is your divine power that God gives each and every one of us. And so you bring those energies and you form your balls in your hands. Now you have those two balls in your hands. When you pull that chakra and you put it in the middle, you have a ball of energy on either hand. You have healing energy coming out of both hands. If you could see that energy, it would be white light. You would see white light coming out of your hands. You would see this white light coming out. And when you put it onto your chakra and you're doing this, you're healing that chakra and you're healing it and making it feel better. Right now, my throat is actually feeling a little better. It may not sound like it feeling a little better, but it is actually feeling a little better. And so I'm probably going to go in and do the work to figure out what it is that I need to transmute and do exactly what I just told you to do. I'm going to do that later today. And maybe when I do my next video, my throat won't sound like it's raw. I might make just a small video just so you all can see that my throat's not raw anymore, because I have a feeling that this is going to work really well for me today. And that's my intuition. That's, my knowing. I'm getting this feeling. This is exactly what I need to do. And I can hear Archangel Raphael I can hear him going, yeah, yes, that's what you need to do. Yes, yes. And then your third eye, went into my third eye, and I like to wear this ring because, okay, so your third eye is like this, and you open it up, and there's your eye right there. There it is. And I made my eye violet because my mom said my eyes were violet when I was born, so I made my third eye violet because my natural eyes are blue. But I saw it today in my meditation, and it was really pretty. It was really cool. And I see clear visions, and I worked on this. This wasn't something that just happened and boom, I would get full visions. No, this is something I worked on as a child. As I was going to sleep, I would name the things that I was seeing, and it would help me fall asleep. And I didn't realize that at the time that I was perfecting my clairvoyance. I didn't realize that at the time, but that was one of the things that I did, was that I would imagine different things. And children, imagination is fantastic because when you're a child and you have all those imaginary thoughts and everything, no one's saying, no, that's not real, it's not real. It's just like, yeah, that's really cool. And I used to run upstairs and write a story and then run back down and show my parents and stuff. And they would, they would give, be proud of me and please me and give me accolades and stuff. And so it encouraged me to do it more. And so I would go into my imagination more. And the more you go into your imagination and you play with it as a child, the more your clairvoyance will come through. So some things that you see are not going to happen. They're just your imagination. And other things that you see, that you're seeing them because they're a message. They're a message for you to convey to others. Like when I'm doing my channeling, and whether I do it in a reading or I do it here or I do it on my show with Missy and Casey on Energy Alchemists, when I'm translating her light language, when I'm translating it, I'm seeing visions the whole time. I'm seeing visions. I'm getting other clues and information from my visions as I'm writing. And when I do the automatic writing, they pretty much just take over. And then I can't write fast enough. So they just give it to me at the end. That when she's done, they'll just give me the rest of it, and it'll just come out in full channel. So, but I'm still seeing visions as they're talking. I'm still seeing the visions. I'm still watching things as they happen. So it's really cool. And this is because I'm 61 years old and I have developed this over time. So don't think that just because you go in and you clear your chakras and you make them all nice and shiny and everything, that you're going to automatically be able to do something that somebody's been working on it for years and years. It generally doesn't happen. But because the veil is so thin right now, it is a great time to learn to perfect your skills, because the skills that you learn right now while the veil is thin will stay with you. They're not going to go away. Plus, they've been putting a lot of light codes and light energy down into us to help us with our ascension. And because of that, where our clairs are much easier to access. So this is the time to perfect them if you wish to. Okay, so now I'm at my crown chakra, and my crown chakra looks awesome, and I was all happy about that. And then I went into my soul star chakra, which is your higher self. So I went into my higher self, and it's pink. And it was the funniest thing, because my higher self, whenever I see my higher self, it's always energy and it's moving around and stuff. Like, it's a circle in the middle and it's got little points, and the points move all around and everything like that. And today she was like, "What do you think?" And it just made me crack up. I'm sitting on my porch cracking up because they wanted me to do it outside. And I'm laughing because it's just ridiculous. She looked good. So then I went into the 3 Christ consciousness chakras, which is way up here. And I saw Yeshua. I saw him 3 different in 3 different scenarios, which was really cool. And I didn't totally get his complete message, because like I said, I was sitting on the porch and I feed the squirrels, and so the squirrels were coming around, and they were coming around me because I wasn't moving. So they didn't, I don't think that because they always run off when I come out the door, but I don't think that they were afraid of me in any way. I think I became part of the porch. I know that sounds weird, but I think I did. I think I became part of the porch because I was trying to merge with nature. And at one point I did become part of the wind. I did become one with wind, but that's later. So anyways, this acid reflux got to go. So anyways, I saw Christ in 3 different scenarios. And in those 3 different scenarios, he was giving me the message of, it doesn't matter what scenario happens right now. It doesn't matter. In each scenario, you're going to do what you signed up to do. You're going to hold the light, you're going to show compassion, and you're going to spread the love. And this will help with the ascension of the planet. That there is no stopping the ascension of the planet. It doesn't matter who's president. It doesn't matter. It's not going to stop the ascension of the planet. And one of them, he told me that they have been telling me for over a year that there is going to be chaos during the elections, that there's going to be a lot of chaos. And the more light workers that hold the light, the more light workers that spread the love, then the easier this time frame is going to be. It's just like when we ascend into 5D, it's not that you're never going to have a moment of anxiety or a moment of a negative emotion. Of course you are. But you don't have to stay in it. You don't have to stay in that emotion. Just like yesterday, I was in and out of the emotion. So that's why I didn't make the video yesterday, because I needed to process my own emotions before I went onto YouTube to help you process your emotions. And so you're going to feel these emotions. And when the emotions come, don't bury them. Look at them. Look at them. Look at it. Look at it face to face. Here's my fear, and I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, and you're ugly. But that's okay. That's okay. Because we're going to have moments when we feel ugly, when we feel like, this is an ugly feeling. And you're going to experience those. It just depends. How long do you want to stay in that ugly feeling? How long do you want to allow yourself to dwell there? Because you don't have to dwell there at all. And so yesterday, I would go in it, and I was like, I'm looking at it, and I'm going, you know what? I've been told over and over again that I'm here to hold the light during the chaos. And so I'm going to hold the light. I'm going to hold the light. And I recognize my fear. I recognize my anxiety. I recognize it. It comes up in a pit in my stomach, and I think, well, what if? No, you are here to hold the light. If what if happens, everything's going to be okay. They've already told you everything is going to be okay. They've already told you democracy wins. So if democracy wins, who cares who the president is? As long as democracy wins, then we're good, right? As long as democracy wins, we are good. So we have nothing to fear. So every time that fear would come, I would give myself a hug and say, look, democracy wins. So this fear is unjustified. It's a false fear. It's a false fear. You let it go. Love yourself, love the world, love the people, send love to everyone, and even the people that you think are wrong, even the people that you think are spreading hate. Give them love, because when you do give them love, that love transmutes and elevates them. It elevates them. It elevates them. And the more elevated they come, the less they hate. And the less they hate, the less violence they cause, the less pain they cause. And before you know it, we're all elevated to a point where we're not causing pain, consciously causing people to have pain. Or when we feel a hateful feeling come, we come up into ourselves and we say, okay, where's this hateful feeling coming from? Why am I feeling so hateful? And then you look at it. Look at it. It's ugly, and it's you, and you need to look at it, because that's what we need to do. And then look at it from a higher perspective. And when that higher perspective comes in, you no longer feel that hate. You feel compassion. You feel compassion. It is amazing the amount of compassion that you will feel when you look at this ugly thing that you are feeling, and you feel this compassion for yourself. And then when you are with someone who has experienced that same ugly feeling, you can give them compassion. You can give them love. You can give them that higher perspective that you received. And now they're looking at it from a higher perspective. Now they're not pushing that hate out to everyone else. Now they're pushing out compassion. And they're pushing out love. So I hope this helps you. I hope that this makes things better for you. And after I connected to the 3 consciousness Christ chakras, then I was knocking on heaven's door, and I could hear that song, knocking on heaven's door. It was so cool. It was this golden door, and I didn't quite get it open because then Molly started barking. And so they wanted me to become one with a bird, but there wasn't any birds around for me to become one with. So I waited for the dog to start barking, and then I just went into the becoming one with the wind, because the wind was blowing this tree in front of me. And I became one with the wind. And I actually felt floaty and lighter, like I wasn't really completely in my body. And it was really a beautiful moment, a really beautiful moment where I became one with the wind, and the wind took me all around the city that I live in. And I saw the beauty in the city that I live in. I also saw some things that would make me, worry or cause me anxiety, but I didn't, because I understood why they were going through the things that they were going through. I understood that they were clearing their karma. I understood that they were clearing their things. And so instead of, judging them, I just was like putting this blanket of love and compassion as I went through, just spreading this love and compassion all through the beauty, all through the ugly, all through everything. And then I was looking at this beautiful blanket that I'd made out of wind. It was like when you do quilting. And it was this beautiful blanket. And I was just staring at this beautiful blanket that I had made when I started to come down and come back into my body. And it was a really beautiful experience. So I hope that you have a chance to go outside today. I hope you have a chance to go inside of yourself, connect your roots into earth, bring your roots up, and examine each one of your chakras. Examine them and see how they look, and see how they feel. And then take a journey. Become one with a bird, become one with a squirrel, become one with the air. Because if you have water in front of you, become one with the water. and see what magic comes out of you. I hope that I leave you with some really beautiful thoughts. And I love all of you. And I'm really, really grateful for all the people that have subscribed and left the comments and clicked the like. I really, really appreciate all of you so much. And I'm sending all of you a huge love wave like Archangel Ariel is giving me right now over my head. I am sending this love to you. And I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day. Bye-bye.